Podcast Network Asia.
Hey, brother, check out this new shirt that I got. Pretty nice and crispy.
Yeah. Wow, the
Right?
material looks feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's custom. You know, it cost a pretty penny, but I think it's worth it for the quality. It'll last me a lifetime.
Looks like it cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this wonderful.
Top of the morning to you, my favorite dudes. I took the liberty of getting y'all's a cup of Joe. Ian, here's yours. And Dre, here's yours. Oh my
Thanks,
God.
Thank you.
No, my new shirt.
Oh, so
Mix.
sorry. Oh, crap. Oh, man.
I mean, I love coffee, but not on my
you okay?
shirt.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
It's new.
I mean,
I didn't.
it's scalding. It's really hot, but my
Yeah,
shirt.
well, you know, I
Seems to
wasn't
make a
gonna
good
get you
sponge, though.
lukewarm coffee.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about
You
it.
can have mine. I
No,
barely took a
no,
sip.
it's all good. I can. I'll hand. I think I got a spare shirt in the basement.
You keep spare shirts in the basement.
You don't,
You know what? You have a good point.
right? I'll be right back. You guys just you just hang on over there. Ooh, all right, baby. I know it's been a while, and we've had like one successful test run, and this shirt is way too expensive to not try again. Okay, here we go. What was it? 15, 30 seconds? Yeah, 45 seconds should be enough. I think it worked. Hey, brother, check out my new shirt.
Brother, hey, yeah. Nice new shirt. The quality looks really good.
Yeah, it's actually custom. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, it actually did. The quality's fantastic, but I think it's worth it. It'll last me a lifetime.
Top of the morning to you, my favorite dudes. I took the liberty of getting you guys a nice cup of Joe. Ian, here's
Hey,
yours.
thanks,
and,
Migs. Migs,
thank
watch watch the wet spot. You might slip on that.
Oh, yeah.
Get there.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
There's clearly a sign, a tiny sign that even says wet spot.
I know, right? It's like
accident averted. Yeah.
I know,
Hey,
I know.
Brother, could you pass me my coffee, please?
Oh,
Here you
yeah,
go,
sure.
Ian.
Okay, here you go, Dre.
No!
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Dre, I'm
my
so sorry.
shirt.
Your,
Ian,
Oh,
what the hell? I
your
just
new
bought that.
shirt.
my shirt. My custom
Oh, man,
shirt.
I gotta...
You know what?
I owe you, know what?
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm so sorry.
I keep
Uh,
a spare shirt in the basement.
You keep spare shirts in the basement.
You don't?
He holds up there for hours on end, Migs.
Yeah, you have a point.
Right? I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Second time. Second time's a charm. Here we go. New shirt? Everything's fine? Ah. Hey! Hey there,
Top
Migs.
of the morning to you, my favorite Dre. Took the liberty of getting
Oh,
you and
hey,
Ian.
Migs. Watch the wet spot. You might slip on that.
Thank you very much. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
I got you guys a nice scalding hot cup of Joe, just the way y'all's
Ooh,
like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
here's
Oh, could
Ian.
you just put mine on the desk and gingerly slide it over?
This desk right here.
Yeah, just slowly slide it over. All right. Thank you.
Okay. There
Oh,
you go.
ooh. Smells really good. Just how I like it.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. What a beautiful morning
hey,
it is.
hey,
The sun's
hey
shining,
there.
birds are chirping. Hey,
there, brother.
there's a banana peel
Hey.
conveniently in front of my direction. Slip.
A what?
Oh my gosh.
My shirt.
That is a very nice
I'm
shirt,
so
though.
sorry.
Looks like it cost a pretty
Coffee.
penny.
It did, but it'll last me a lifetime.
Sheesh. You know what? You know what?
Who leaves banana peel? Steve. Was it you, Steve?
It was probably Steve.
Damn it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Steve. We forgive you. You know what, Dre? This would have been fine if only you kept some spare shirts in the basement, maybe.
You know what? As happenstance, I do.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? I'll be right back.
You
Okay.
hear that, Ian? He keeps spare shirts in the basement.
All I heard was happenstance. I happened to slip.
Yeah, you all right there, buddy? It's okay, man. We'll
No,
get you fixed
a little
right up.
brain damage there.
Last time. This should be fine. Should be fine. I've just make sure he misses the wet spot. Slide over the coffee. Watch the banana peel. Should be fine. Whew. Hey, brother. Check out my new shirt from all the way over here.
Dre, yeah, I think I'd appreciate it more if it was in front of me, like maybe point blank range. Are you okay there? You're good there,
Oh
bud?
yeah. It's just there's a breeze over there, and like,
Yeah, your coffee's all the way here though. Do you want me to pass it over to you? I can,
No, you can just leave it there. Oh, Migs, watch the wet spot.
Oh, thanks, Dre. I don't know how the hell you were able to spot that all the way from there.
Yeah. Oh, and brother, there's a banana peel right to your left, to the left of your foot. Just watch out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
that got there?
Just
That's
leave
peculiar.
leave my coffee on the desk, and you guys can head on over to the recording room. I'll meet you there. Thanks for the coffee, by
right.
the way.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Hey, Ian. What's that guy's
Is it a
problem?
mood? Is it a mood thing? I don't know. Is it a culture
I
thing?
don't know. Maybe it's that time of the month again.
Uh,
You know, when he's like when he needs his personal space and everything.
oh yeah. He gets hydrophobic.
Yeah, like that.
Everything seems fine. I can have my coffee. My shirt is perfect. Huh.
Okay, you know what? We just need to be his support system right now. Okay, Dre,
Yeah,
we
yes.
will keep as much distance from you as you need. Okay, buddy, but we need to record now.
Yeah.
Right. I'm on my way.
Don't worry, Dre.
On my
H2, no.
on my way.
Yeah. What are you waiting for? All right, let's go.
Ladder. Let's go.
Water.
Geek PD.
Hey guys. Ooh, that's some great coffee.
What's Gucci, my dudes? You okay?
Hi, Dre. Don't worry. We kept the
Yeah.
place spick and span. Not a wet place in sight. You're all good to go.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
thanks.
dry as a
Thanks.
noodle. A dry noodle at that.
Yeah. I mean, everything should be fine, you know. I don't know, I've been getting a lot of deja vu recently, and I don't know. I'm just trying to be safe.
Well, your shirt's looking great today.
Thank you. It's custom. Cost a pretty penny, but you know what? Enough about the shirt. You know what else kind of felt like deja vu? You know what? Before anything else, the date is October 7, beginning recording. Yeah, the latest What If episode with Doctor Strange. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart?
Instead of his hands. Now,
Long title.
I know.
Of course.
Just the titling alone of this episode misled me. I really thought
He literally
would
lost
lose
his heart?
He was
instead
gonna.
of his hands.
Oh,
Like
can you
Tony-
imagine if he became Iron Man?
I mean, in a way.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. I really thought that the
Dr.
accident was
Iron
going to
Man.
lead to him, like, I thought it was going to lead to him getting
No.
with his heart. Somehow, would have been cool if he had like an Eye of Agamotto style arc reactor instead of like.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it
That
would have
would've
been like a
cool.
magic based arc reactor or something. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's way darker than that. Instead of him losing his hands, he eventually lost Dr. Christine Palmer, who was also played by Rachel McAdams. And
Okay, before we get further into it, can I just point out the fact that, for one thing, so far with majority, if not all of the What If episodes we've gotten so far, I have highly appreciated the fact that a lot of the character models look like the actors and actresses, so you can easily identify who they are. I don't know what happened with Christine's character
dude.
model. She's like as generic as you can get. Like she
I
can
know.
literally be anybody.
She's
which
like
is
a
weird
default
because
sim.
she's
Yeah,
Yeah,
default.
yeah.
Female sim.
Yeah, yeah.
which is weird because she's voiced by Rachel McAdams in this one,
Exactly.
right? So
Yeah,
like,
wait.
you can
Benedict
Yeah.
Cumberbatch also still voices Steven.
yes,
I believe so,
yes.
yeah.
They
Because
actually got into
he
this
doesn't
episode.
really sound completely like him.
Yeah.
I
Or I
also
think it's just
noticed
him
that.
trying to unrust his American accent. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Might be
suppose
that.
so.
Might also be the fact that for voice acting, I think he was hyper aware of his accent more. In
Ah,
this
could
case,
be.
especially
Oh,
because
maybe you're right.
It's
voice
just his
acting
voice.
is very
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that Benedict Cumberbatch has had voice acting in the past, but that was always with the British accent, with Smaug and everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as the voice of
Crawling
of
on the floor.
Sauron and the Hobbit, crawling on the floor.
Can
and,
you
know,
imagine
doing a lot
if he was doing his Doctor Strange lines crawling on the floor? Christine.
With mocap.
I can smell you.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, he does get a bit Eldritch horror-y in this
He
episode,
does,
so
he
I wouldn't be
does.
surprised
Yeah.
if
I
to
mean,
get
I will
into
say,
the
though,
method of it.
That issue with the character model is the reason why I, for like a hot second, and by that I mean like a few minutes before he said Christine, I had no idea who she was supposed to be. I was like,
Yeah.
is this like a
She'll not
love
know.
interest that I totally forgot about? Which kind of true. Like I kind of forgot that he did have a love interest, and because you don't really ever see her again.
Yeah, she has no appearance whatsoever. In
Yeah, or
any
they don't even
movie after Doctor
mention
Strange.
her, right? She never gets
Yeah,
mentioned.
right?
No.
Like
I
how
mean,
was their
I thought
relationship at the
that
end of
the
Doctor
career
Strange?
first.
Were
That's
they?
not-
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought that because he went through all that training in Kamartaj, is it?
In
Tibet.
Kay and Ray Al Ghul. Ano yung where is he? Where's he at?
Rachel.
It's somewhere in Tibet, and he trained under the Ancient One and everything.
Yeah.
But I thought that because he went through all that training, he
Tilda
had to
Swinton?
sever emotional ties and whatnot. Like,
What is he, the Avatar? No,
romantically, so-
really?
well, I don't know. I don't
has
know
to
what
do
I don't know what the implications of being the Sorcerer Supreme are necessarily.
Which is
but
the,
Or baka he,
Yeah.
he
the
just saw
complete
like
opposite.
the dangers of his new occupation. He just didn't want to put Christine to all the fact
yeah,
of the opera
it's
fans
a little
out there.
difficult to be in a relationship if you're too busy trying to save the freaking universe all
Yeah.
the time. So, but we have to consider.
Do you think
also
in
that
the
we're very-
7 million realities that he saw in Infinity War, he saw those ones?
14
also where-
million.
Right, 14 million. You think he also saw the ones where he lost Christine multiple times?
Nah,
I don't know. I
dude.
think he was peering into a very specific branch.
But yeah, I think that's
Which
specifically
was
a timeline
with
where
Thanos.
his
yeah, the Infinity
journey of
Saga,
becoming Doctor
essentially.
Strange was
Yeah.
Yeah.
fixed already.
I don't know
With-
though, but
yeah.
yeah, this is a very vulnerable Stephen Strange, where he was a douchebag with a Lamborghini. He wasn't exactly Sorcerer Supreme yet. He
Yes.
does get to that very quickly, if I may add, though,
Yeah.
but he does it in a very shortcut way.
Completely destroyed the curve.
Yeah, I will say though that it did give me a little bit of a Mandela effect, and I was like, wait, was she in the car with him? She wasn't, because when
She was not.
this,
No, she
yeah,
wasn't.
because it started with him and bring her into the car, and then they do the drive, and I was like, oh, was she there when they had the crash?
No,
and
he
I
was
had
on
to
the
look.
phone with someone, right?
Yeah, and I was remembering. I
Yeah.
could have sworn he was alone in the car, and then
And
Yunga, that
wasn't it-
is the factor that he actually took her.
Yeah,
with
that was
him
the
in car.
decision that.
There was a roadie reference in that scene, right? Supposedly.
Oh,
in the original one.
people say it was a roadie reference, but the timelines apparently didn't align. It was more likely one of the Hammer
Yeah.
Industries guys.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, the guy that went for
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like 180 ba?
yeah, the test pilot that
Yeah.
turned around from the waist.
That
Oh,
test pilot
jeez.
survived.
Yung naging manananggal.
I just wanted to
Oh my
point
God.
out that test pilot survived.
Yeah. Probably thanks to Dr. Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
But,
well,
yeah.
obviously not because he wasn't able to perform that surgery because he himself got into
that's
that
true.
car accident.
Oh, yeah.
But clearly from the get-go, though, you can clearly tell that motivations in his journey to become Sorcerer Supreme are completely different. Starting from
Oh,
here now.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like his motivations to become Sorcerer Supreme in this episode are solely because of what happens in this alternate timeline compared to
Christine.
yeah, and I guess that's why this direction takes a complete opposite. Like it's
Yeah.
in a number line, it takes the complete opposite direction
Yeah.
because it's about him not severing ties with any personal relations before going into sorcery, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why it becomes so toxic.
Yeah.
and self-destructive. Yeah.
It gets a lot of confusing for
confusing.
a lot of people because of the fact that syempre, you're kind of watching out for the branching points and where it kind of so you
Yeah,
think
that's true.
it's the branching point was when he took her with him, but apparently the branching point was when he actually decided to do something about it when he was sitting in the chair looking at the Eye of Agamotto, thinking about whether or not he should turn time to,
Yeah.
Yes, but that was a second branching point.
yeah, so it's like yeah,
The
so
first branching
basically-
point was
yeah.
creating a dark timeline. The second branching point was whether or not he was going to become Dark Doctor Strange or
The
good
emo
Doctor
goth
Strange,
Doctor
in this
Strange.
Yeah.
What If universe. So
Yes.
yes, what is even more confusing is that they
So,
they
kumbaga,
decided to,
it became a what if.
yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
It was a double
Because-
what if. Yeah.
And they merged those two what ifs into one.
so it became a
One if
what if
Yeah,
squared.
what-
One
base
if.
one if.
Now, what's even more confusing is that they changed the rules of Doctor Strange's universe in this episode by adding in that dialogue of the Ancient One going up to Doctor Strange and saying, Christine Palmer dying is a fixed point in time that leads to you becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, which is not necessarily true in the Sacred Timeline in the MCU. Just because Christine Palmer dies, it doesn't mean that he doesn't become, or rather doesn't die. It doesn't mean he doesn't become Sorcerer Supreme, because even if she didn't die in the MCU, he still became Doctor Strange. It was just the
Yeah,
hands, getting into that Lamborghini
I
accident.
think-
So if anything, it's
But I think that's because maybe the Ancient One in the MCU is not a Nexus being
yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
certain realities revolving around them. He's
Yeah.
actually just another variant na lang of a
So
timeline.
yeah, I was gonna say that it may be presumable now, although she can, or rather, she's aware of the different, which doesn't make any sense because in the the MCU Tilda Swinton Ancient One, she was very much aware of the singular sacred timeline.
I think that's the only one that she's aware of, if anything, because she wasn't.
supposedly ito lang naman talagang timeline.
Well, then again, it might have
For
been
them.
because this happened after the events of Loki, where the timeline started to
Right,
branch,
so
and that happened.
It
So
was still one.
yeah, very much so. At that time, maybe there was only the one ancient
Oh,
one.
because it was being isolated from every other timeline.
Yeah.
So that's true.
So
You're right.
I think
That's right.
that fixes the potential plot hole. Now wait a minute, that ancient one. Yeah, because now there's another secondary
Ancient
ancient
two.
one. To
Yeah.
Ancient 2.
Ancient
dahil, dahil kay Sylvie.
Tilda Swinton too.
To the swim too.
To the swing. Oh my goodness. Eto na guys. To all those, including me, that was confused by the situation, and now that I put two and two together, yeah, it's a good way to kind of just like, yeah, that works. Like, so it happened after the timelines branched when Sylvie messed things up because she's Sylvie, and that was her mission in life. But it is questionable nga then. Do we assume that ancient one also isn't aware of the now new branching timelines and is just assuming that is the only Doctor Strange that is which now, oh my goodness, the whole role of Doctor Strange is he's supposed to protect the multiverse, correct?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Not
If
this
there are
one.
no, but that's the thing. If there are multiple Doctor Stranges, are they all in charge of protecting the multiverse? They all have the same job?
I guess. I mean, do you think
Maybe
there's a
they're
council
only-
of Doctor Stranges?
That's what I was thinking. Like, is that what's gonna happen now?
You think there's a
Like,
fortress?
are we gonna see that in the Spider-Man No Way Home? Multiple
Nah,
Doctor Stranges.
I don't know. I think
Rick,
I think
Council of
that
Rick.
each Doctor Strange is just in charge of protecting their own realities, and this Doctor
Yeah, and
Strange
how it relates to the multiverse.
completely
No, but-
compromised his own reality
See,
just for Christine
Oh, that's true.
specifically.
So, I guess since there's no direct correlation pa rin naman, we can still assume that the MCU lives separately from the what ifs, no?
Oh yeah,
No, like the what ifs. I guess. I don't know eh.
'Cause
Kasi diba
we're
it's
gonna
still
have to
part of the
assume that.
MCU.
'Cause
Right.
otherwise-
like, this is the cinematic universe. Like this is the umbrella, and under that umbrella, there are different timelines now of the MCU. Pero parang all of it is like an MCU timeline, which I don't
Yeah.
get because I feel like they're their own things now.
But I think Doctor Strange really here is the questionable factor because he said in a lot of the trailers of No Way
Yeah.
Home that it's his job to protect the multiverse, not just the universe, like the multiverse, which then presumes that he's aware of the multiverses. But if this is part of the MCU, it's a what ifs, then that means that there are now more Doctor Stranges, which then just kind of it complicates everything, and now my head
yeah.
hurts.
I'm really
Yeah.
starting to think that we need to treat the What If universe differently from the MCU because I don't. Although there is coordination between the MCU writers and the What Ifs, like there are some things that are only confirmed in the What If universe. Like for example, Betty Ross existing in that universe
Yeah,
that haven't been confirmed exactly in the MCU.
yeah.
I mean, we're not even sure if Betty Ross exists in the MCU with Mark Ruffalo, but we know that she
true.
exists in the What If timelines because of that one episode where she appeared in the What If We Lost
The Ant-Man, yeah.
Yeah.
the Ant-Man episode. I mean, the Yellow Jacket,
The Hank.
yeah.
crazy
Hunk.
Michael Douglas.
The Hunkman.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also in the MCU, we know that there are 3 Watchers because we saw them in Guardians of the Galaxy. Whereas in What
Yes.
If, there's only one Watcher
yeah.
and there's
Wa-
and that's a
well,
Watcher.
we only see one, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
we
mean
only
there
see
aren't
one.
other
We
ones.
only get to watch
Yeah.
one.
Exactly. There's- I mean,
There could be
are
Uatu,
multi-
Uatu,
OA
three.
3s, OA 76.
Or
yeah.
Y2.
What? Yeah, that's right. Or Y8. Shout out sa
Yeah.
mga
Oh, man.
sa mga 90s kids
So
dyan.
Y8.
No,
Flash is
Y8.
dead.
Yeah.
So-
New grounds. Shout out to
Okay, so in terms of the episode itself, now I think this episode just revealed to everyone and already confirmed that before we saw the trailer for No Way Home and before we saw this episode, we thought that
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was going to be the Doctor who is going to save the multiverse because of how bad Wanda messed everything up, how bad
Yeah.
Sylvie messed everything up. But it just goes to show that this guy doesn't exactly have the credentials. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not exactly untarnished in terms of messing up a multiverse.
Well, at least
If
that
anything,
one specific Doctor Strange.
that one specific iteration, yes,
Yeah.
but we know that he is very, very capable of messing everything up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
Which he very much so did.
Yeah. We have to remember that he's not the same Doctor Strange from Infinity War where he knows everything that he's doing. He barely has to cast spells. It's just like I can turn everything into butterflies, mirror dimension. It's like
Yeah,
everything's so
yeah.
easy for him,
Yeah.
and he can save everyone. And he can just like view 14 million realities and just like sitting just by meditating so easily. But
Yeah.
this guy literally
He's a fully evolved Strange.
destroyed his reality just because he was trying to save his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
And he
he
went to the
literally-
extent of, I mean, we do get, what's the place that he ends up going to? Kasi diba, he realizes that he can't just,
The library.
The books, yeah, the library is not enough. So he goes to this other, like a hidden secret library. I forget the name of the library.
He goes to the dark web of sorcery.
Yeah, it's the library
Dark
of someone, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a specific sorcerer. I forget the
The
name.
library of Cagliostro, the lost library. of
Yeah, Cagliostro.
Cagliostro,
Yeah, that's
there we
right,
go.
Cagliostro. And he goes there
Sounds like a
and he
pasta,
studies
to
the
be
books, and then he starts studying the how to absorb the power. Because the other dude there tells him that the only way you can have enough power is to I
Yep.
don't know.
Okay, when he started explaining that, I honestly did not know how to visualize absorbing in the context of when when he was explaining it in the scene.
I
Until
just
they started taking it literally, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
he's really just
remember
gonna
Cell
suck
from
him up.
Dragon Ball
Fuck it up.
when he would do this disgusting
that
tail thing.
needle
So is
thing,
he-
Yeah.
and then it's
And he's just like absorbing them.
Now,
Oh
what,
God.
What fascinates me is that those creatures, those poor creatures that he was pulling out of different universes and absorbing, it's
He's like a
possible
ghost
that
chef from
those
Ghostbusters.
it's possible that those were sorcerer supremes of different universes.
Possibly.
could be.
Well, only
Yeah.
one of them had a cape. The cockroach.
Yeah,
one.
but you don't have to have the cape just to be a sorcerer supreme.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
well, in the comics, you kind of do.
in the comics, yeah, but in
But in this one, it's just a
that-
cape.
yeah, and the MCU is just a sentient cape that
Yeah.
the cape chose you and everything, but that doesn't necessarily correlate to you being sorcerer
To the
supreme.
Doctor
'Cause
Supreme, yeah.
the ancient
Doctor
one was
Supreme.
the the ancient one was the
to being
sorcerer
super
supreme.
supreme, yung pizza. Yan.
Yeah, I also like how this cape is more comic book accurate, which it's like this is
Yeah.
the cape that Doctor
Well,
Strange has in the
color-wise, it's
comics.
not, but the
the shape,
the shape,
the neck
Which
part.
can I just say,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange looks like I like his look. His costume looks really cool. Minus the eyebrows.
His color schemes are pretty good too.
right?
Scares the
cape
crap
looks
out of me,
cooler.
dude.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
and-
it looks like he's a neat.
yeah.
You know what a neat is?
and the
No.
the cloak does look
Not employed
really good. It looks really
and
good.
not educated, employed, or under training. Like those
Oh
Japanese shut-ins.
no!
Yeah, because he looked. Yeah, because all he did was pretty much shut his entire
That's
life
true.
in just this. Yeah,
And in another diba, and he also put himself in a time, like some kind of time sphere sort of thing, where
It's
yeah,
like
that's when you
a-
AFK farm.
It's like an
pretty
orb.
much.
yeah, because other dude, what's his? We should probably get his name. What is his name? The other guy. That's not Cagliostro. He's another guy.
The librarian,
librarian, yeah.
librarian Obeng.
Yeah, Librarian
yeah, his
Obeng.
name's-
He
yeah.
aged eventually, and Doctor Strange, you can kind of still see that the good-hearted Doctor Strange flash in front of you for that.
He had a
moment.
Luke Skywalker Yoda moment.
Yeah, he was all like, "Yeah, I can turn back time for you." You can see that he cared for this person, and he wasn't like because before that point, you kind of just assumed, okay, he's just gone. He's totally gone, and then you see that little brief moment. You're like, oh, maybe he
I mean,
can be redeemed.
he's not
Like
completely
he still has a
evil at
shred of
this
humanity after absorbing so
Well,
much
To be fair,
sorcery.
he never became evil.
point. Yeah,
He was just consumed
lost his
by
way.
Yeah, he kind of
his
just
desire.
tunneled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even in the very end, he was really only trying to absorb the other Doctor Strange, just so that he can still save Christine.
Yeah.
So he was he never had an evil intent per se. He just
That's true.
lost track of the consequences of what he was
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Hey Dre.
Yeah.
So I know this entire pandemic sucks, especially because we have a lot of loved ones that we care about, and we're always constantly worried of, and we're scared about the entire situation of the world right now.
Of course.
But I guess one silver lining is with this entire work from home situation, even with a short amount of time, I'm able to do a lot of things that doesn't necessarily mean like work or being productive. Like a lot of leisurely things that I like doing. And it's all in the convenience of my own home. It won't take too much time to like make a cup of coffee or binge watch an anime or play a video game, maybe all at the same time.
Oh, I mean, you could try like a one-man band type of thing, right?
Yeah, that's totally true.
Well, honestly, I'm kind of the same because what I do is I write my future plans in like a little journal that I have. It's not a diary; it's a journal.
Yeah, no, there's a
right?
difference.
There's a difference. It's a journal. You can call it a planner if you want. But
there's nothing wrong to having both.
yeah, kind of like the little journals that Indiana Jones has with him. The Grail journal. I like to think of it as my little
I
Grail
mean, he
journal.
named the dog Indiana, so
Exactly. It's a cool thing. Don't at me. But yes, I mean, I do like to write my future plans in these journals or things that I've already done or want to do. Or I also plot my month scheduling, just kind of a little bit more of a short-term planning as well.
I
yeah.
see. Okay, so you timetable stuff. So in terms of timetabling or planning things in the future, did you also know that you can start building your future in 5 minutes tops? Well, I'm not gonna rush you because 5 minutes is relative, I guess. Yeah, that's true, Dre. So you can actually register for a BPI account, and all you need is a valid ID. It's very simple.
That's it?
Yeah, you just fill out your personal details, send a photo and a valid ID, and take a selfie. It's pretty much the standard verification process for a lot of things now. And you just wait for the confirmation and fund your account within 7 days. So easy and convenient. 5 minutes done. Kapoof. With BPI's mobile app, you can start shopping online, transfer funds and payments, or even pay your bills. A lot of things, actually.
Right. That's actually that's my best impression of Kronk, everybody. But yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, it's so convenient. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but so I just go and download the app. I tap open an account now, fill out the personal details, and that's it.
Pretty fast. I already told you, right? It'll only take 5 minutes. And after you do that, any plan the pandemic has robbed from you, it'll never happen again. Because even with this unending lockdown, BPI will give you the freedom to have a jump start for your future.
And you know what? In these times of uncertainty, one of the things that we're sure of is that starting your future with BPI is convenient and safe. So, you know what? To anybody listening right now, download the BPI mobile app and open an account online, anywhere, now. So, you know what? Let's say it together, Ian.
Hashtag Kayayan with BPI. Like his motivations were clearly very personal, driven by very personal gain. Yeah. And I gotta say though, thematically speaking, this is very clear-cut textbook story beats of a Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It starts off the same way with an overarching narration. You have these story beats where it kind of just slippery slopes into just more and more depressing events.
Yeah.
And
Quite literally, you can see the physical transformation of Doctor Strange turning into a monster of his own creation.
Exactly.
Oh,
and you have like a signature shot where...
Before we even get there, the first creature he tries to absorb was our potential Shumagorath tentacle guy.
And now we know what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, does that technically confirm that so far, at least that episode and the Cap episode
are connected?
Are technically in the same
multiverse?
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is
at least those two.
You guys really have to be updated.
No, Migs, I'm trying to dance around it because TikTok has spoiled me. So
okay.
I know what's coming up.
Right.
I know what's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Finally, because you guys are missing out.
Yeah. I mean, also now that we're talking, now that we've revealed that we know that, in the start of this episode, I say the latest episode. It's not the latest episode.
It's not the latest.
We're a little delayed in recording
in fact,
these episodes.
Today is Wednesday, and as of recording this, the last episode of What If has finally come out.
Yeah, but let's just pretend it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, let's just pretend it hasn't.
Yes,
don't worry about it.
Sit with us here. Yes.
Let's just sit on it for a moment.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, he eventually does because he has to kind of come back to him because it was too powerful. So he had to absorb a bunch of other dudes first, and then try to absorb tentacle guy.
Mr. Gorath. But
yeah,
what terrified me about
we don't know it's Mr. Gorath, but it could be.
What terrified me about Stephen in this episode, aside from those times when he would just go silhouette and you can see like tentacles coming out of his cape, and like eldritch eyes coming out of his like forehead and everything, was that scene when he was getting so powerful to the point that he actually saw the Watcher from over his shoulder and he was like, "Oh, who's there?" That gave me chills. Can you imagine being the Watcher and then suddenly he sees you and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's like
oh.
But although some people have taken in another context that the Watcher is slowly getting more and more involved, and also in the context he's putting himself, he's stepping a little closer and closer. That's why also Doctor Strange was able to kind of sense him because maybe he was a little too close to Strange, relatively speaking, at least to how far he would be. Instead about usually we'd see him like maybe he's in the sky or like he's in the backdrop, and here you literally see him right behind.
Yeah,
Not right behind, but like really
Yeah.
close in an enclosed space
Yeah.
with Doctor
looming
Strange.
over his shoulder and everything.
Yeah, and presumably that plus Doctor Strange's newfound power, or Doctor Strange's newfound powers,
Dark.
is why
And
in
then-
combination he noticed.
More
it.
like
finally-
Doctor Strange. Well,
We finally get
story.
him. We finally get him technically intervening already, but at that point he knew that no matter how much he intervened, basically it was like a Nexus event, and
Yeah,
the universe was already collapsing, and he wished that he could, but he also felt that sense of anger with Doctor Strange and how badly he messed things up, where he was
Yeah.
saying, I wish I could just punish you. I wish that I could return things to normal and punish you specifically, but you did this, and you got to live with the consequences of your own actions.
Yeah.
Well. If it isn't the
live with it,
consequences of my own actions.
or I suppose not live at all.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
he's still alive. He's still in that weird orb.
You think there's still good Wi-Fi in his
Yeah.
bubble?
Because
I don't
basically,
know, but
what
all the
happens
all that
after he eventually absorbs the Mr. Gorath, or potentially Mr. Gorath, Mishuba Gorath, tentacle guy, for those who aren't aware, we see other Doctor Strange from the other side of that timeline, where he decides not to try to turn back time and just live with the death of Christine. And as he's leaving the Sanctorum, he sees that there are like holes in the fabric of reality, and you see Tilda Swinton coming out and lays it down on him that this other dude version of you pretty much messed everything up, and you gotta like help fix it. And then Doctor Strange realizes the only way he can have full power is by absorbing the other version of himself, so they can become one. Because apparently he didn't have enough power then.
Yeah.
So you get a wonderful fight scene, actually, and we got a cape on cape fight scene, which is surprisingly really cool.
Yeah, this was like this is what I think Thanos versus Doctor Strange in Infinity War all out would have been, because it's literally sorcerer against sorcerer, like
Yeah.
counterspell against counterspell and everything.
Yeah,
which
this is
I thought
actually
was
our first solid magic on magic.
Magic
yeah,
fight.
sorcerer,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorcerer fight. Like I think they
Maybe
were.
until we see Multiverse of Madness, of course.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God, can you imagine Sorcerer Supreme versus Scarlet Witch? Like that's
Yeah,
gonna
and
be wow.
I
that's
think
gonna be intense.
like slightly deviating a little bit or digressing a little bit. Can I just say that even now that I know that Scarlet Witch's powers are magic, I still don't like, my brain still won't register it as magic. I still see it as just this red energy that she does, because that's all I've
Like
seen it as.
witchcraft.
And then it kind of they just labeled it as magic, but also maybe because yung kay Agatha Harkness, just the purple looks more magical than the red.
Yeah.
Like the red looks more
I get what you
energy.
mean though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you also have to remember that her powers aren't just solely magic, because she was a young witch, and her powers
Yes,
were
yes.
heightened by the Mind Stone.
By
So,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
So I mean, I'd still love to see that, and I think I could my brain will probably adjust to registering it as magic on magic. But I digress. Yeah. Eventually, he is able to absorb regular Doctor Strange, and he becomes Monster Supreme.
Monster Supreme.
To the D&D players out there,
Everybody
he basically
supreme.
turns into a shambling mound, which is just this
Yeah.
weird kind of, or if you play Fallout, those things that you can just kind of snipe from far away. Yung parang there's just just a mound of crawling flesh.
It's just like a mass of flesh and tentacles and everything.
Yeah, like just this monster
Yeah.
thing, and then he sees Christine in like this kind of pocket.
Oh yeah,
universe
dude. And
dimension.
Christine's just like, yo, what the heck?
And Christine
Yeah,
sees
Yeah. Which honestly is like because every time Christine would come in, or generally every time I hear the name Christine, I always remember the Christine from the Phantom of the Opera, and this is basically
thought
that. This is the
Okay.
Phantom of the Opera
That's
monster
basically,
guy.
yeah,
And
everything about it,
Christine. Yeah,
Yeah.
except Christine in this version was not acclimated to the monster that is
Yeah.
Monster Supreme.
Yeah, I wonder though, are we going to see this Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Is what I'm wondering, because it would make sense for him to make an appearance in the MCU.
Well,
Although I think seeing him would kind of take attention away from Wanda, because
yeah,
we already
yeah.
see Wanda as a menacing dark magic
Mhm.
presence. So to put them in the same movie, I think would just contradict each other too much.
Actually, in that same vein, I think she's gonna be the Doctor Strange because they have similar motivations. She's probably gonna want technically Vision's back, but she wants probably her kids back because this is something that I didn't notice when I first saw the after credit scene when it came out, but apparently if you listen closely, when she's meditating over the Darkhold, you can actually hear her kids calling out to her.
Yeah, you can hear Tommy and Billy asking for help.
So that was probably the moment that the timelines branched, and then her kids actually existed in another universe. Before we proceed, let's hear a quick word from our fellow podcasters from Podcast Network Asia.
Have you ever felt like you needed to take your life to the next level? If yes, then go ahead and check out my podcast called Small Talk with Alec Cuenca. Allow me to share with you wisdom by ancient philosophers and modern thinkers, partnered with practical science-driven advice. All of that and more only here on Podcast Network Asia.
Possible na yung she tries to do something there, which just overcomplicates things, and Doctor Strange probably tries to stop her. She goes all Wanda on, the Wanda mom walk, the wiggle walk on Doctor Strange, and then maybe she realizes, oh, you're right, Mr. Strange, and then they try to fix it, and then they fuck things up even more, and then that's the new Avengers movie when they Avengers cleaning up their fucking mess.
Yeah. So what I love about this phase and this episode is how magical they are getting. In the last phase, they were getting all cosmic and timey-wimey and alien robot stuff. Now they're just getting mystical with everything. They're getting eldritchy with it. They're getting dark. There's so much witchcraft and mysticism to it. I love the direction that they're going for. It's very interdimensional. It's very like Twilight Zone-y, as Ian says.
Ooh,
and
yes.
I love how every episode answers so many questions while the episode is running, but then it always ends on a very confusing note with so many implications for future episodes, which I hope will be answered in the last episode because I myself haven't seen it. And also, I hope it bleeds into the movies so badly because these universes that they're creating are so freaking interesting. Like Doctor Strange, like, oh my gosh. Like,
but most definitely, again, with things wherein when you start playing with time travel in multiverses come the inevitable risk of plot holes and
paradoxes.
That's honestly the only thing really the only thing I'm afraid of is because for the most part the MCU has done a relatively good job at trying to keep their plot holes to a very bare minimum.
Not too glaring. And I guess if you think about it, this episode, by the end of this episode, his entire timeline is so inconsequential to the entire bigger picture of the universe. Now, if you think about it, there's it doesn't matter where it's placed in the chronology of everything because it doesn't matter. He's just a loner in the bubble now.
Yeah. Well, one could argue that it doesn't matter because it gets destroyed. Because if it doesn't get destroyed, that Doctor Strange would be a very, very powerful being. But the only reason why it doesn't matter is because he doesn't make it out alive.
Well, he's just contained, right? In a way, he's self-contained.
No, she's still there.
Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Because what I got out of it is that the universe collapsed and it just got destroyed.
It did, but that orb thing still exists.
Yeah, you know how he used his power to kind of self-contain, to kind of not affect them.
Yeah. Was that like an after credit scene? Did I miss that? Did he?
Oh no! That's
how it ends.
Isn't that how it ended?
Yeah, he's still there. He's still in the thing.
It's so like a Twilight episode, where a Twilight Zone episode where it kind of slowly dollies out
he's just there.
and zooms out until he's such a tiny person.
I might have missed
he's just
that
there.
part. Maybe I just
and he's just like a singularity in this cosmic void.
That's why I'm saying, are we going to see him in Multiverse of Madness? Because he's still alive. He still exists.
Yeah, but he's self-contained in his universe that does not exist. So technically he's in a black hole where I think no one can get to him and vice versa. Maybe
he's in
basically
he's
except the Watcher because the Watcher was able to talk to him. He's like, okay, you're stuck here, bye.
Well, that's true. But, for anyone that's involved, that thing.
The Miss Van Dyne, si pangalan niya?
Janet.
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 Yeah. So he's basically in a Janet situation, where somebody
Kind of, yeah.
might be able to get to him.
But he's
But,
he's not in the quantum realm. I guess there's
Nope.
a way. But
It's,
No,
there's
it's
no
a
quantum realm
universe.
because there's no. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think he's just
No
stuck
timeline.
in a point
In a
where
void.
if he drops that orb, which I'm looking at it right now, I have it playing right now, and I missed this part because the moment the stream went black, I paused it. I thought it was done. I thought that
No,
was it,
dude.
and I was like in disbelief.
No,
I was like, "Yo,
He's just
Did it-
trapped somewhere.
Yeah, he's trapped
Yeah.
there.
Probably
This
in some
whole time-
creepypasta game
this
cartridge.
whole time
He's
I
probably
missed this
somewhere.
part. Jesus Christ." Okay.
Yeah, no,
Nah.
he's still alive. He's still there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that is a living hell, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
but
That's why it
a living
ends
hell of his own
so
creation.
nicely. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
It's like it is straight up Twilight Zone because
Yeah.
he's still
And
there.
it's worse
All
because
that
like
power
she dies anyways. She just dissipates anyways.
Yeah,
I
dude.
know, right? You could have done literally.
Did you see how
nothing.
stacked I got for you, Christine? Christine!
He's like turning into like Cthulhu. Christine.
His veins popping
Yeah.
now. Oh my god.
So it was all for naught, and not only that, but also he just destroyed everything in the process.
Yeah. But at
So-
least now he
dude.
knows the consequences to his actions, which is
Yeah,
the
which
theme of the day, ladies and
arguably-
gentlemen.
Like, honestly, I feel like I was gonna say that maybe now he could be a good guy, but also I feel like now he's gonna be on a personal vendetta against Uatu, because Uatu could have helped, and that's his mindset now. You could have helped me, but you didn't. So now
Possibly.
now on a
Can't want to just be like, haven't you seen the lower third, idiot? It says the Watcher,
yeah.
the Doer.
He might become strange. Ako si Strange Week. And he just goes after.
Strange week.
He's like doing all the stuff John Wick does, but a magic siya with the sling ring. Yung ganun.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we
Well,
could see him.
So
I'd
many
love to see him.
questions. So many
Yeah.
questions
Oh,
that'll
maybe.
only be answered in the future episodes of What If. So tune
Yeah.
into the next episode where we will discuss the Marvel Zombies equivalent of this What If series.
I am excited to talk about that because I honestly want more. I want more from it.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. So hopefully that's not the last that we'll see of it. But for now, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to check us out on our Facebook page.
Should we
if you guys-
rate this? Have you been rating the other episodes?
Not really. We just expressed like our opinions, but I think this was one of my favorites.
That's a 2 thumbs up, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Or I guess 5 tentacles up.
The scale of it, yeah, just like 5 Shumagaraths out of.
I know it's like super
universes.
weird to say that it's part of a childhood, but then I could imagine Forrest Whitaker as like the reboot Twilight Zone narrating over it, not like your own
Yeah, yeah.
Twilight Zone, but like
Yeah.
it's Forrest Whitaker because Watu's
What
voiced by what's his name?
What?
Yeah.
I forgot, but yeah.
The guy
what
from
if-
Hunger Games.
Space. Time.
I guess we can give this a
Reality.
racial 10 racial muck notebooks out of 10 racial muck notebooks.
Out of,
Out
yeah.
of 10.
Out of 5, what do you want? Yeah.
Yeah.
Till the swin twos.
Two,
Tool the swin twos
two does.
and
two-
ancient
two
twos. Yes.
All right. So thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to check us out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/geekpd.
Yes, please. And also give us a like and follow. Follow us on our Instagram. That is at GeekPD Official. And our TikTok. Okay.
And our TikTok, which is at GeekPD. Wala pa rin bagong post, but eventually magkakapost.
Pero kasi
yan.
trace the TikTok, so that they will be the
yeah,
TikTok for.
Honestly,
Tell
I'd
us some
love,
things that you
I
guys
would
wanna see
love
us-
to handle that TikTok, but I can't because you should only have one TikTok on your device, and I currently have my own TikTok account, which is at Dragaspar. If you guys want to check it out, so we'll figure that out eventually. But yes, that about does it for today's episode, and we'll see you on the next. Why if? What
Why
if? What if?
Why not?
On the next Why Not?
Thank you guys so much for listening and stopping by the precinct. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Ending recording. All right, let me just switch off the machine right here.
Yeah. Dre, banana peel. Watch out for the banana peel. Oh,
God.
no.
My shirt.
Jake,
Ooh, the coffee. My
man,
shirt.
why do you keep doing this? You gotta stop doing this, Trey.
Yeah, dude.
What do you? What do you mean?
We'd never spill coffee on you. Sheesh.
Yeah,
All over your new shirt.
this is like a bi-weekly thing for you, dude.
Breathe.
Jeez.
Breathe. It's yeah. I'm so clumsy. You guys would never. Oh God. Whatever. Let's go. I gotta go buy a new shirt.
Yeah, why not?
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.